Sullivan after him, and Johnny would run home, and then he'd run all the way home, and then his father would come down later on. And Manelli's father, he was a little short Italian guy, he'd come in, Mr. Manelli, Johnny's a nice student. Now, we wouldn't do nothing to her.
Oh, God. To the dad.
And then we'd get in the library. If you got caught throwing snowballs or something, he had this little library. It was about this big. And he'd make you go in, he'd lock the door, and then you'd have to get on your hands and knees and stretch up like this. And he had a 1x4 plank like this. And then he'd whack you on the rear end. But there was a table in the middle of the life, and we'd run around the table, and he'd be chasing you. Holy crap.
Yeah, but then when he got you.
Yeah.
How many?
Yeah, you know.
Well, how many times were you in that room?
A few times. And then if you were doing something bad, the teacher would put you out in the hall. You'd kick the girls in the hall. So and the doors came like this, and there was like a little alcove, you know. And if you heard Mr. Sullivan coming down the hallway, oh Christ, you'd get in the corner and you'd hide like this. If he saw you out in the hall, he'd beat the shit out of you. You were doing something wrong, otherwise you wouldn't be out in the hall.
right,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Sometimes he would walk by if he wasn't looking.
Yeah, sometimes big old Irishman. He had a big spread, and he was big. Christ, he had shoulders like that on.
So they beat kids.
Everybody
to death.
talks to old Mr. Sullivan. Wow.
But how were discipline problems in the school? I guess kids were just wild.
Kids
Oh,
were
there
just
was
kids.
They was out. They jump out of second-story windows and everything.
Did you see jump out of second-story windows?
Yes.
Like, kill themselves, or?
No, you'd hang down and
Drop.
you know, and then you'd drop.
You run.
Sullivan was
Like
after
jumping off the
you,
roof,
man.
yeah.
You were trying to find any way to
You
get
got
out.
the hell out of there.
Like a fire, you're jumping from the. Oh my God.
They dropped
I'm surprised no one killed that guy or something.
Yeah.
Oh, you
think
wouldn't
so?
dare
Yeah.
get a teacher. You go home because the teacher was always right. You know.
We see that.
There was no.
No, but I'm
Absolutely.
saying later on, people that got abused.
No, they knew that they probably
Parents,
deserved
man,
it.
I'd get pissed if my kids got beat by a teacher.